Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Smash Those Small Pads. It's a collaboration put on by Beth of Bourbon Creek Crafts here on YouTube, and Stampin' Cat on Instagram also participates. So you can click in the description box down below and find their posts also and see what we came up with this month. We dig into our stash, find a small pad, and use it up. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that each spring I make cards for school office staff, and it's a really big district. So I say to myself, there's 60 some cards. Turns out there's 82. I'll tell you more about that and more about what my plan is for this year at the end of this, because I'm mixing it up quite a bit. For this video, I used School Days, which is a designed by Stephen Duncan, made by Carta Bella pad, and double-sided. And I always have my favorites, but I did mix it up a little bit with the papers. And I made 25 completely done, so I'll walk you through those. I used gray paper to mat it. They're all on white card bases, even though it's kind of a creamy paper. That's a stretch for me, but that's because I was trying to get the efficiency, making 80 cards. On the inside, they're all stamped, "You are absolutely awesome." No, seriously, you are. And they have some sort of cute scrap or something. And then on the very back has a little stamp that says "You rule." I just thought that was cute for schools. Again, there's 25. I'll show you my scraps and what we have going on too. There aren't two that are the same. I don't think it's possible. I cut all the fronts and then I went back and decorated them. And the reason I didn't make a video of any process this month, I apologize because I know some of you are going to be sad, is that I did these one off or 3 at a time. I did some first thing in the morning before I went to work. I made a couple while Mr. Crafting and Relaxing was putting dinner together. Or one night I came in and I said, I'm going to bed. And then I came in here and mounted these all on bases. You can't really make a video that way because you forget to turn on the camera. Sorry, I seem like I'm having trouble with focus. I must have reset some settings on an update to my phone and I have to go back and check them or something. I used ephemera that I had received in Happy Mail on these. I used some from old collections, and then some of these were cut aparts from this actual pad. I didn't go through my bin and pull everything out for my school cards like I would have if I knew I was doing a giant batch. I just reached in and said, oh, this'll work. So I had chipboard that I shared in a recent video, and I used a bunch of that. And I have layered up paper from this collection. These are cut aparts from the collection and a little calculator from the chipboard, and then washi tape that I had. I never want 2 of them to be the same because in some situations there may be 2 people with desks right next to each other at a larger school, and I don't want them to get the same card. This is just a cute little layer of cursive writing back here and the stars. I just mix them up. Bit of chipboard with an A+, and they have layers, but that might not show really well in the video. Sometimes the cameras just don't do them justice. I had these wood pieces, and so they were kind of schoolish. So I went through a while ago and took out the ones that I thought would work for these cards and threw them in my school bin. I've just been acquiring. This is from a collection from 2 years ago, and it had a teddy bear on it, and I finally realized I should take the teddy bear off. And the color isn't exact, but it's still really cute. Seems like it has adhesive. There we go. And a little bust layered across the front. Again, mixing up scraps from old collections. So I have 25 cards here, but then I have one that's a card front, and I'll tell you what my plan is for that later, and it has a bunch of friends. School bus, it's layered up with foam mount. I did use quite a bit of foam on some of these cards. A lot of these sentiments are layered up, and you might not be able to tell that's a nice thin foam mount. And on Some of these cards I hit them with like a Wink of Stella or the Nouveau version of it. So there's glitter on the windows of the bus. I Love School was a piece of the chipboard and then all layered. And don't be afraid to mix and match. You don't need all the same collections. Is the red exactly the same? I don't know. I'm fine with it. School days and read. Sometimes when I get cruising along, I need to pay attention. I almost put 2 cut aparts that said school days right next to each other because one had the girl and one didn't. So all I'm thinking is layout and not looking. You Made the Grade was from the chipboard, and then there's a little cut apart layered in here, and then the gray shows through. Sometimes I'm just trying to use scraps. School days, and then the school is actually foam mounted up. A lot of these papers are elementary level. I probably need to think about getting some graduation stuff to cater more to our high schools, but I haven't. And I may have even given some away and not even thought about it. Believe and Achieve, really fun sentiments. And then again, the card front might not necessarily be thanking the staff member, but I still think they're fun because they're schoolish. I think one year it wasn't a school theme. They were all sent to them, but they were like coffee and all sorts of things. It just depends. I have a crisscross, a washi, foam mount, and then this one's flat. It's a good time to read. This was from this collection. This was from Happy Mail. I really think it's fun when you guys send me Happy Mail that goes with these. I have a bunch of stamps too, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do with those. I haven't used them yet. So if you sent me school stamps and you're not seeing them, don't worry, because I barely stamped in these. Oh, here's an example. Muy bien. So I stamped on the card bases, and then here I was down to scraps, and it was so plain, I thought, I know, I need a stamp. I would say those are ready, except I have embellishments here. These Stampin' Up! Stars need some glue, so I've got some glue right here. And then I have a whole bunch of enamel dots and some puffy circles. These are my scraps. I think I did pretty well. I mean, I almost kept going, and then I was like, nope, I'm done. I need to get this filmed and moved on. I have a few things that I could slice up better, and I might do that before I take them on to the next phase. Don't forget to check out Beth and Kathy for this collaboration, but let me tell you what video you might see on my channel to see what else is going on. I here have 25 plus the 1, so 26 cards. I need 82. I have a stack of 40 card fronts that isn't decorated, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those to work and let people help me this year so that they get to send their bits of creativity and joy to the office staff also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stuff and I'm going to stamp out some images that I might have used on these and circle punch them or die cut them or whatever. And I'm going to have sentiments, and I'm going to take enamel dots and some glue dots and a Wink of Stella pen and some foam mount and some washi tape, and let them decorate the card fronts. And then I can come back in with my ATG and put them on the bases or whatever. But that way, there are people who get to collaborate and help. Some people are dressing the envelopes. Some people want to decorate card fronts. And it takes a lot of the pressure off. So I'm super excited to have, I think I have about maybe 30 some done. And I'm going to take those, and those will be in one box, and then the others will be, hey, these still need to be decorated. So I might show you that kit that I put together. I don't know. It just depends. Trying to get ready for the beach too. All kinds of stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to say hi to Beth and Kathy for me. Bye-bye.